Spokane's homeless crisis. And this time, we're putting you in the shoes of Spokane police, who say over the last 4 years, the city's homeless problem has exploded. Last week, we told you Spokane police had 116 calls about transient camps just since the beginning of the year. Just 5 days later, that number has jumped to 145. This week, officers answered those calls with KXLY4's Taylor Graham. She went into the camps with Spokane police to see the reality they face nearly every day. She takes us along in this KXLY exclusive.
This is how most of us see Spokane's homeless crisis, driving through downtown and seeing panhandlers in the streets. But much of the real crisis lies...
Hey there, Miss Police Department. How you doing?
...in the shadows.
And they find these areas and they get into the thick trees and they're out of sight, out of mind for a while.
Just like these camps, Spokane's homeless crisis is out of sight, out of mind for so many. And so are the answers about how to fix it. This crisis and these camps are often the only thing on the minds of Spokane police officers like Tim Ottmar, who can't help it because he's in it every day.
It's pretty horrific back there. I mean, human waste is everywhere, drug paraphernalia, and I was told by one camp that they deal with their garbage by digging a hole and burying it on this person's property.
Every day, he and Sergeant Terry Pruninger meet people with their own baggage.
Pack up and then go eat. That will not take a bunch. You've been camping a long time. You got this down.
With their own experiences.
What's the misdemeanor warrant for?
It's obstruction.
Their own journeys to homelessness.
But if he goes home, he's going to get arrested and put in jail. So he wants to go, but doesn't want to go.
On this day, we visited camps in Peaceful Valley and on some private land near Sunset Hill. In 2 hours on a sunny Tuesday morning, we covered 5 camps and uncovered why this problem has no easy solution.
You have people that just need a little bit of help, and with a little bit of help, they will have themselves up and running and put themselves in a place where pretty quickly they'll be able to turn around and help other people. You have at the other end of that spectrum, people that legitimately do not want to live a different way. They have chosen this lifestyle. As
a neighborhood resource officer, Officer Ottmar has to go where the calls are made. Most of the time, they lead him to camps like this.
You've not taken stuff out of here in these weeks. You've just added to the garbage pile and the debris pile on somebody else's property.
And it's turning into a full-time job. Since the beginning of the year, Spokane police have gotten 145 calls reporting camps across the city.
Over the last 3 or 4 years, I've seen an increase in the homeless problem, and it's probably gone to where my workload is 80 to 85% dealing with the homeless.
4 years ago, it was more like 5%.
I can tell you right now, there are a lot of things that we could be doing that could have a great impact in other places, but this is time consuming, and it does take resources away from other places.
Now, it's hard to calculate the resources exactly. That's because Spokane Police and Code Enforcement don't track how much this is costing them. Spokane Parks and Rec does. In the last year alone, that one department spent 1,666 hours picking up 131,680 pounds of debris from illegal campsites in parks across the city. That alone cost them $109,000.
You got ID?
All of this weighs on Ottmar and Pruninger, who come face to face with this crisis every day.
You say you're in from MRSA?
So we asked Ottmar how it came to be this way.
I think the problem's getting worse because Spokane is so generous and we're giving too many resources out to people. They're hearing this throughout the country and they get on buses and they come here. Not all of them, a lot of them are local, but some of them they do come up here, and that's just an added drain to the city of Spokane.
We asked them a question they often ask themselves. What can be done to fix this?
It's a multidimensional issue. Not pretending that I have all the answers.
Just like this crisis,
any needles to go with all the syringe caps and all that stuff?
It's not so simple.
There's not just two sides. It's not just that they're either criminal, we're trying to criminalize the homeless or other people, or we're trying to help people. It's way more complex.
Well, I gotta believe there's a solution out there. I'm not sure exactly what it is because it's a very complex problem. I don't think we've found the solution yet.
And it's not their job to figure it out. For them, there are more calls, more camps, more people to help.
Spokane Police Department, anybody in the tent, come on out here, please.
And just like these camps, the solution isn't in plain sight just yet. In Spokane, Taylor Graham, KXLY4 News.